and to LinkedIn and to the website. I'm just going over to actually check that we're live on the website. Let's press play and come back to the studio. Wonderful watcher and say hello. Yes, we're live on the website. I shall be with you when the countdown clock finishes. We've seen, just a minute, we've seen the reporting on the news about what's been happening in the Ukraine in the last 5 weeks, and every Tuesday I go live and talk about what we can do. Just a minute. Talk about what we can do in terms of how can we help the people of Ukraine practically. And over the weeks, we've come up with various ideas. So welcome to the broadcast. And this is all about supporting Ukraine and Ukrainian people who are under siege at the moment. Now, this is not a political show. This is a humanitarian show. And how can we practically help? And there's several different ways. If we go through them, how can we help the Ukraine? And the thing you can do, and this is the photos I'm sharing have actually come from The Guardian. We'll share The Guardian in a moment. Okay. You can help by buying goods from Etsy. Now, this is a wonderful way because it's a win-win situation. If you buy art from artists in the Ukraine, digital art, you can download it, you can use it for your own personal use. And it is a great way to actually get money directly into Ukrainian economy because the artists themselves actually spend the money. And the second way is if we search for Airbnb Ukraine, then we can book a virtual holiday. Now, we can't obviously go on holidays to Ukraine at the moment, but we can book a virtual holiday. And Airbnb have waived all their fees. And basically, you can book a vacation in an apartment in the Ukraine. The money goes to the host, and then the host donates it to local charities. So your money goes directly to work. As soon as you pay it, the money is part of the Ukrainian economy. So sending money is one way in which we can help, and doing it via Airbnb and via Etsy. And if you want to keep up to date, then you can read the Kyiv Post. That gives the Ukrainian view on what's happening in the country at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my camera with this. Okay, so basically to all the BeLive staff in the Ukraine, I'd like to lend our support and our thanks for actually keeping the service running in these impossible times. BeLive staff are based in Kyiv and now on the west of the Ukraine, and they are working to keep the BeLive service going. So on behalf of the BeLive team and on behalf of BeLive users around the world, I just like to say you are most definitely awesome. I think it's amazing that the team are continuing to work in the conditions that they're in. And my thoughts are with them, with Alina and with Vlad and with Marina, who is actually still in Kyiv. So I'm now going to share my screen again, and this time I'm going to share it. If I go here, and I'm going to go and hide that picture, and I'm now on the website. I'm going to go to the top. This is the first place to go if you want to help in Ukraine. The place to go is helpukrainewin.org, and this website was set up on February 24th, 22. Russia started a massive invasion of Ukraine, a European democracy of 44 million people. We are members of the Ukrainian tech community. We've come together to help our country in this time of need. Now, there are various ways in which you can help. We can make a direct donation, and again, the funds go direct to the people in Ukraine, and they are supported by Reply and WordPress and Tumblr and Readdle and the Kyiv Post. And there are more ways to donate. We can donate to Ukrainian Army, to humanitarian assistance, and on the right-hand side, more ways to help, which are not monetary. Helping refugees abroad. If you can host a Ukrainian family, then that's the link to click, and you can take them in and support them. If you've got vacancies in Ukraine or in the West, then you can post the jobs that you have. You can follow With Ukraine on Telegram. You can follow Svidoni on Instagram. And you can take part in protests around the world. Protest in London last weekend, which was extremely well attended. And it's just basically people getting together to actually support the people of Ukraine. Okay, Expert Presenter is where I am. And you can share this page, and I'll give the link to this page afterwards in the comments. You can share this page on Facebook, Twitter, and via LinkedIn. So these are actions you can take in supporting the people of Ukraine by going to helpukrainewin.org and donating to any of the suggested recipients, or by taking action on the right-hand side. And the thing that we can do quite easily is that we can share this page out so that more people know. It's all about creating awareness. This show today is about creating awareness. It's about getting involved. It's about actually doing something. Yeah? From our computers, we can actually tweet, share on Facebook, share everywhere. Simple and straightforward to do, and you're actually spreading the message and the word and supporting the people of the Ukraine. Next thing you can do, as I mentioned, is that you can go to Airbnb. Now, Airbnb have actually waived their charges. Okay, in other words, there are no charges being made by Airbnb in relation to any bookings for holiday rentals in the Ukraine. Now, the way it works is simple and straightforward. You book a virtual holiday in any part of the Ukraine for any dates that you like, and the amount you pay goes directly to the host, and the host then gives it to charity locally. Now, just a caveat with this, when you do rent an apartment, make sure that it has reviews and recent reviews. Yeah, like all things, this is a money-making situation if you want it to be, but majority of the people who are involved are Ukrainian citizens who are helping their fellows, and we can help by booking a virtual holiday. Now, I'm going to go and show you what you do. I just press OK on the preferences, and you can see the holiday rentals, and you can decide which one you're going to rent. So if we go to Odessa, and that's opened up a new page. my browser. So that's it all opens in a new page. So that's not quite worked. But you can rent any of these apartments, and basically you put in the destination, you put in the check-in date and time. So let's put a date in. Let's just pretend that we're actually going to go, and number of people going, and then you do a search. So okay, so let's say that we're going to go on April 7th, and we're going to go until, it's taking a second or two to come up, but if you go with the principle. So just need a checkout date. Isn't it wonderful when technology works? It's waiting for, all right, okay, so checkout on the 9th, and it's for 2 people. So I'm using the drop down, and I'm going to go, because it's a virtual holiday, Angelica and I can go on. I'll use it one for the moment, just the principle. And then we search. And again, that search is taking place on the web, and not on the page that I'm sharing with you at the moment. Okay, I'm back in the studio. So you can book a virtual holiday anywhere you like in the Ukraine. Check out the property. Imagine that you're really going to go there. So beautiful places to visit in Ukraine, the cities Kyiv, Odessa, and you're not actually going to go. What you're actually doing is you're renting the property for a time. The money you send by PayPal or whatever means you use, there is no commission taken by Airbnb, and the funds go directly to the host. The host then donates them to a local charity. So you could actually have a virtual holiday in the Ukraine via Airbnb, and the funds are actually going into the local economy. Okay, so we've done the key helpUkraineWin.org, which is a page that we can share out on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, wherever you want to share the page, getting the word out, promoting. And the second way we can help on a personal level is that we can hire an Airbnb property in the Ukraine, donate the funds, and they go into the local economy straight away. And you know where they're going, you know which city they're going to. If you think you should help the people of Kyiv, then you go for an Airbnb break in Kyiv. If you think you should help the people of Odessa, you would go for a break in Odessa. You've got the idea. Simple and straightforward. Right. Back to sharing my screen again. And this time we're going to go to Etsy. Now, I've searched on Etsy, and I've searched for Etsy Ukraine. And these are examples of items that you can buy. And the artists, again, will be the funds are actually going into the Ukrainian economy, but you're actually getting goods in return. But we're focusing on Ukrainian artisans and artists. So if we scroll down the page, there are some, quite like that one, £15 for the brooch. Yeah. Now, obviously, if you're in the States, the prices will be in dollars. But there's all sorts of beautiful products that you can buy direct from the people who created them. Etsy have waived all fees, so the money goes direct to the creator of the artwork. And this is the second way. You could book a t-shirt or a shopping bag or a badge, and everything that you do on Etsy in the Ukrainian shops. I'm just going to the second page. There are pages upon pages of items that we can buy. And normally you just buy them. This time it is more important because the funds that you send via Etsy go directly to the artist, and they are much needed. And appreciated. So the second way is to go to Etsy. Just in Google, search for Etsy Ukraine. You'll come up with the Ukraine items for sale made by local artists and craftspeople. And basically, you can buy them in the normal way. It's like normally buying on Etsy. But also, what you can do, you can actually then talk and chat with the person who actually created the item, and you can make a friend in Ukraine. Okay, so buying Ukrainian art is an excellent way to actually get funds into the Ukrainian economy and support the people of the Ukraine. And I want to say at this point, the ideas that I'm showing you were pointed out to me by my partner Angelica, and thank you, Angelica. Okay. So Etsy, brilliant way. And I dare say, if you know that any other marketing sites that who actually waive fees for Ukrainian artists, artisans, manufacturers, then please do. For the Airbnb one, all you need to do is search for Airbnb Ukraine. Airbnb have waived the fees, and you can have a virtual holiday in the Ukraine, and the money will go directly to the artist, directly to the host, and into the local economy, donated to charity. Majority of people. I know Angelica was chatting with the gentleman whose apartment she hired, and he said that the money she sent will go directly to the local charities to help people in this impossible time. Right. And next. Okay, so we've just gone to the next one. Now this is basically for the UK, and there is a government website in the UK which tells you how you can help the people of the Ukraine. So let's just explore that for a moment. So from the UK, this is what we can do. Okay. We can make donations to Disasters Emergency Committee, Ukraine Appeal, and the UK government has matched pound for pound £25 million worth of donations made so far. You can make your donations safely if you use the charity register tool, and you can donate essential supplies, again via charity. And the government has just launched, not just, in recent weeks, has launched a scheme where you can actually sponsor a Ukrainian family to come over and live in the UK. And that's a website called Homes for the Ukraine. And basically, that's where you can apply and be approved. And then there's several matchmaking services which will connect UK citizens with Ukrainian citizens who have fled. Now, I just want to come back to me for a moment. Since the beginning of the war on 24th of February, over 4 million Ukrainians have actually fled the Ukraine. That's 10% of the population have moved in the last 5 weeks, and they're looking for places to live. Now, a majority of people are actually going to Poland and surrounding states. But then they want to journey on, and some of them do want to come to the UK. You can help in the UK by actually sponsoring a family and taking them in. Details are actually on the website that I just mentioned. You can help online. There's a sharing checklist and hints on cybersecurity. So the government are involved, the UK government are involved in helping us make donations and helping us to give practical help to the Ukrainian people. in this situation, which they didn't ask for. 5 weeks ago, February 23rd, Ukraine was in peace. It is still an independent nation with a democracy with 44 million people. And now it's under siege. And 4 million people have actually fled from the Ukraine. And the population that are left behind are staying strong. And we can help. Now, if you want to stay informed as to what's going on in the Ukraine, you've got American versions, you've got English, French, German, Italian versions. But if you want to know directly from the people of Kyiv and the Ukraine what is going on, then the next place you can look, and I'll put all these links in afterwards, is the Kyiv Post. And that has basically information about President Zelensky and what is happening at the moment. Now, my apologies for showing that picture. I wasn't expecting it. I should have checked beforehand. Okay. And I realized that by actually surfing this website, I may surface pictures that we don't want to see, or want to see privately rather than publicly. So the Kyiv Post will keep you informed of what is happening in the Ukraine. And as you can probably tell, even though this is a humanitarian show, not a political show, broadcast, my heart is with the people of Ukraine, because I've got friends in Ukraine. I've got friends at BeLive, and BeLive, the team at BeLive are actually keeping me and thousands of other people live during an impossible time. So let's do a recap. And just to tell you, the BeLive engineering team are based in Kyiv. Some have left to go to West Ukraine, but majority, the team was originally based in Kyiv. And this show has been about how can we help the Ukraine. And I am broadcasting from BeLive. And BeLive support the people of Ukraine. And BeLive engineering team is in Kyiv in Ukraine. The views, right, okay, important point. The views expressed in this broadcast are my own. They're not BeLive's, they are my own. And I'm doing my small part in actually, and the photos we shared today were from the Kyiv Post, not from the Guardian. So let's do a recap. Take that off screen and come back to me hiding that photograph and go picture in picture again. Hide that. Okay, so let's go back and just do a recap. We started off with the website helpukrainewin.org, set up by local techies, and there you can actually donate, and you can find out the places you can donate to on the left hand side. On the right hand side, more ways to help raise awareness, sharing the page on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, wherever you have a social media presence. You can actually share this page and get the message out that we can take an active part in supporting the people of the Ukraine. On a practical point of view, you can search for Airbnb Ukraine and you can hire a property in the Ukraine. You're not going to go there. You can pick a city in the Ukraine. You can hire an apartment there. You pay the rate that's actually, so if you want an apartment and you wanted to donate $20, you'd rent one apartment for one night, and they vary in price. So you find a $20 apartment, you rent it for the period you want to rent it, I hope that if you rent it in advance, you may well be able to go, but let's just leave that on the table for a moment. But you can go virtually. The money that you pay for your apartment goes to Airbnb. They are not charging any fees on these virtual Ukrainian holidays. And your money will go to Airbnb, then to the host, and then the host will donate it to a local charity. So as soon as you paid, the money is going to go into the Ukrainian economy. This is a way that you can actually help. And you can actually then have a virtual holiday in Ukraine. This is Etsy. And I'm just going to scroll up here to the top. Etsy have waived their fees for Ukrainian artists and artisans. And you can buy, in the way you normally use eBay, you can buy artworks, you can buy badges, you can buy brochures. I've got a beautiful artwork, which I'll show you in a moment, which I bought from Etsy. And the funds, there is no commission from Etsy. The funds go directly to the artists and artisans on Etsy, and they then give the money locally. If you're based in the UK, there is a UK government website. Just search UK Gov and Ukraine, and you'll get this page. And it advises you the charities that can help from the UK, how to make a donation safely, donating supplies, and how you can do that. Okay, so that's positive action in helping the people of Ukraine. As I said earlier, if you want to know what's actually happening in Ukraine from the Ukrainian newspaper, then the Kyiv Post is keeping us informed of what's actually happening on the ground in the Ukraine. So back to me. I hope that the peace talks, which start in Turkey today, do lead to a ceasefire agreement and some degree of normalcy in the coming weeks and months for the people of Ukraine. At the moment, we can support the people of Ukraine in the ways that I've suggested. Thank you for watching this broadcast. If you do take action, thank you. If you want to spread the word, thank you. If your thoughts are with the people of Ukraine, well, mine are there as well. And my heart is hoping that the situation ends soon with a ceasefire. And this has been Stephen talking about how we can help the people of Ukraine. Take care. I'll see you again soon.